Welcome back to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. I'm very excited to have been tagged for the first time by my friend Tales and Treats with Tay. She is a fellow Christian booktuber. She's also a fellow Southerner. I really appreciate her sweet comments, and she tagged me in this 54321 tag. She says that she was just getting around to it, but it's a really fun one. So question number 1, 5-star recent reads. Let's head on over to the bookshelf. Positively Penelope by Pepper Basham. I'm still in shock at how much of a comfort read this whole series is being for me. So crazy, I did not expect that, but this is just delightful. This is book number 2 in the Sky Mar series by Pepper Basham, and I am a new fan of hers, but I was putting off this series. When I saw this one, book number 2, being about the theater, I didn't think I would really like it because I'm not necessarily into that. You can see all the references here that I want to go to. Not only did it make me laugh out loud, Penelope also made me cry. There were some super sweet moments in this, and I don't want to give anything away. I highly recommend this, and I also highly recommend the audiobooks with these. I typically don't do an audiobook because I am super frugal and I don't like to use those up. However, I knew this was about Southerners, but there was also a Scottish accent, and the audiobooks really immerse you in this world of the two cultures, and it's so much fun. Highly recommend. This is a book that I know y'all are probably tired of me talking about, but Eden Brooke surprised me so much, my other 5-star read, and this is probably, at this point, is number 1 for the year. I absolutely loved it. It's a proper Regency romance, clean romance. I don't remember there being any Christian elements in it, and it's not touted as a Christian book, but I just absolutely loved it. This is about Marianne, who is in Bath with her aunt. She's super bored. She's not worried about being a proper lady. She just wants to be outside with the trees and nature, and she wants to twirl, and she just kind of has these whimsical thoughts, and I related with her so much. I joke a lot to people in my real life that I'm basically just a 10-year-old girl, and I just loved it. I loved her personality. She was hilarious. There is adventure, there is romance, squeaky clean, no language. Absolutely love it. Let's move on up to the fantasy shelf. You can see my fantasy collection is very small. I do have several classics, what I call the old-fashioned fantasy, which is mainly what I love. You know, C.S. Lewis, Tolkien, Chuck Black, Christopher Paolini. Those are on another shelf, but I'm very picky about fantasy books, and I don't want the gore, I don't want the language, I don't want the spice, and that's very hard to find. But I have found an author that so far, she has 2 series that are clean YA fantasy, and this is one of them that I have just completed and gave 5 stars to this book 3 in the Queen's Rise series. This is The Secret Curse. Did I say her name? Bethany Altizada. The Secret Shadow was book number 2, and The Secret Gift is book 1. All of these, you can see all the marks. These are fabulous. They are clean, no language, not much gore at all, but so good. And they are an evil queen origin story inspired by fairy tale villains in Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast. I was very surprised at how much I love these, and I'm going to be starting on her next series very soon, and I will definitely share with you about that. My favorite quote and what made it where I had to read this last one is, "Once I was future queen, they'd have to listen to me." Bethany Altizada's writing is so easy to read. Just the way that she formats her books, spaces things out. I literally fly through these in just 2 or 3 hours. Absolutely wonderful. I don't want to say much because I want you to experience these, but if you have not read the Queen's Rise series, you have to pick these up. All right, let's get back to the desk. All right, y'all, we're going to have to stay at the desk because my other tripod just messed up, and this one is attached to my desk, so here we are. I do not own the next 2 5-star reads anyway, but I will. I'm very stingy with my 5 stars. To get that rating, I have to be so in love with it that I want to own it. Love Unscripted by Denise Hunter is one of those books. Now, I am new to Denise Hunter as well. I got an advanced reader copy of this story, but this was such a fun, delightful read. It's a unique spin on the fake dating, celebrity, contemporary fiction trope. I laughed out loud more times than I can measure, but it was also heartwarming, a sweet romance in small beach town, North Carolina. Southern, so I love that part. Chloe, our main character, is hilarious and she's lovable. I rooted for her till the end. The thoughts that she had about this guy who comes to town that's a celebrity, she has all these preconceived notions about him, and the thoughts that she has just had me cracking up so hard. I could not put this down. I read it very, very quickly. The author expertly slid in some pretty darn serious topics like alcoholism, rehab, abandonment, divorce, bigotry even, but there were no swear words, squeaky clean romance, and our last one is Stranger in the Looking Glass. This is book 1 in the Antique Shop Mysteries by Jan Fields. I'm a 10-year-old girl, okay? I can't handle the bad stuff, but I do love the mystery aspect. Our main character, she has the empty nest emotions after her daughter goes to college. Her husband has passed away. She ends up inheriting a mansion and an antique shop on the coast of Maine. There are some things going on that are pretty spooky, enjoyable, cozy mystery. Next is what are 4 auto-buy authors. 4 authors that I will buy anything new that they write. Number 1 is Pepper Basham that I've already talked about. Number 2 is Bethany Altazada. Number 3 is Julie Clausen. Julie Clausen is one that I found many years ago. It was the first Christian fiction book that I had read called The Apothecary's Daughter. And these books got really high stars as well. I read The Secret of Pembroke Park back in the fall, and it was so good. I could not put it down. It's very atmospheric, very, very good. I had to know what was going to happen. The Bridge to Belle Island, I mean, this cover. And this had some mystery. It was excellent. And the 4th author would be Denise Hunter. I don't know if I'll like everything that she writes, but I'm willing to try. The next one is what are my 3 favorite genres? I would have to say number 1 is Christian historical fiction, or at least clean historical fiction. I love the Regency era. Number 2 is Christian or squeaky clean contemporary romance. And number 3 are the classics and all the talented writers of old. 2 favorite places to read. This cozy little library. You can find me right there a lot of the time, and otherwise I love reading in the garden as well, like you saw in the last video. And our last prompt is one book you promise to read really soon. I'm very excited to join in and participate in the Southern Charm Readathon that's coming up in May. Book Lover Amanda is the one that created that. Taylor's a part of it, as well as some other booktubers. And one of the books for the prompts that I'm going to read is Between the Sound and Sea by Amanda Cox. Has our main character, a temporary keeper of a decommissioned lighthouse on a North Carolina island, where the locals are convinced that there's a ghost of the lighthouse keeper and his daughter who were lost at sea during World War II. Thanks so much, y'all, for hanging out in the library today, and thank you to Taylor for being so kind to me and tagging me on this video. I, in turn, would like to tag Morgan from Morgan's Endless Bookshelf, In Search of Wonder, and Haley Annabelle. If y'all have not done this, or even if you have, you 3 are some new booktubers that I've recently found, and I enjoy your content. And Lindsay from BFCG, I know you did this a year ago, but I would love for you to do a new one, and I love your content and all the work you put in. Thanks, y'all. Everything you need will be in the description, and until next time.